Hey PN, it's Thursday. Right, it's Thursday. I'm supposed to post Wednesdays, but I forgot yesterday because I was doing a lot of things like adult stuff and my car broke. Not miss this week's topic, which is fan fiction, because fan fiction has been such a huge part of my life. And so let's talk a little bit about that. So when I was in 8th grade, I only had one friend and one real life friend that I would like hang out with. The rest were like back in California because I had just moved, and so I got really into Harry Potter, like super into Harry Potter. After the Chamber of Secrets movie came out, I was kind of like, well, now what? Because I didn't know this yet, but we were gonna have to wait many more years for Order of the Phoenix to come out in book form, because who knew it would take her that long to write? And I was still waiting for the next movie, so there was just this like being of like, what do I do now? And then there was the internet. And the first thing I did was, when I was like, I don't know what to do next, is go and type in harrypotter.com and just like pray something would come up. And thank God Warner Brothers had the site up, and they had this feature which they don't have anymore. They haven't had it for like over a decade, but it was called dialogue boards. And you could go onto these dialogue boards, and they were meant to be like posts, so you could like post about how exciting you liked Harry Potter and does anyone else like Harry Potter? Like, of course, you're on harrypotter.com. But what it was used for was fan fiction, and that's when I first started reading fan fiction. And there was this huge gap in between book 4 and book 5, and it was like, what do we do? We all want to know what happens. Let's just make up our own stuff. This is what could happen. And I contribute that to my, like, disappointment of book 5. I mean, book 5, everyone has mixed feelings on it because Harry's like super depressed and angsty through the whole thing, so it's almost like this weird turn of events from the Harry we knew in the first 4 books. But I attribute my like, I love that book now, but like when I first read it I was like, why? What is this? And I attribute that to reading so much fan fiction of fake book 5s. And being like, this isn't supposed to happen because I read a fan fiction and it was way better on what should happen. And like, that was my first like, oh, fan fiction. I liked this fan fiction better than I liked book 5. It took me a year or two to write my own fan fiction on those dialogue boards, and I think I wrote 2 stories there. I've written probably like 7 fan fictions my entire life, and I'm really embarrassed to say that all of them are Dramione fan fictions. Dramione is Draco and Hermione fan fiction. Now, I've never written like dirty fan fiction, so there hasn't been any like weird stuff in there, but they're all like little bit angsty romances of what could happen what should have happened if Draco and Hermione fell in love. But whatever floats your weird little boats, that's what fan fiction's for. There's all sorts of strange mashups of characters you can create. So I have a deep love and appreciation of fan fiction, even terrible ones. So that's how I feel about fanfiction and my history of fanfiction. My nerdy pleasure this week was watching Jurassic World and Inside Out, which were 2 really great movies. Jurassic World I had some complaints with female characters. What the fuck? And Inside Out was no complaints at all. It was the best movie ever. So those are my nerdy pleasures, and my questions for you guys are, have you ever written a fanfiction, or have you ever read a fanfiction, and what's your favorite character mashup to ship?